Hello my friend and welcome to this video. In this crash course, I will show you how you can build your very first app using no code in under 30 minutes. By the end of this crash course, you will learn how mobile apps work and how to build them using FlutterFlow, which is one of the most powerful no code tool out there. And once you finish this course, I will show you how you can go even deeper so you can sharpen your skills without wasting time and energy trying to figure everything on your own. Most people will start this crash course but will never finish it. They will get distracted, lose momentum, and they will end up right where they started. And that's how dreams die, not because of failure but because of quitting too soon. So if you are serious about learning this skill, a skill that can let you launch your own app ideas or make money building mobile apps, then you need to stay focused. So please stick with me until the end and you will walk away with something that most people will never have in their lifetime. So let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is to create your account with FlutterFlow for completely free. So all you have to do is to click on the link in the description down below. It will take you to this page. You just click on start for free and create your account. Now, after you have created your account, now what happens is that you will have a dashboard like this. Obviously, this will be empty, but mine it's actually very full because I have a lot of projects. And all you have to do is to click here on create new. So we don't care about all of these things. We will have a look at them in a very advanced course that I will share with you by the end of this video. But for now, all you have to do is to click on create new, and you might want to give it a name. Let's say to-do list, and we will see why I always choose a to-do list. So we can just click on start building, and now FlutterFlow is creating the app for us. So I suggest you just click on skip, and now it is just like creating the project. And now it has been created. So as you can see here, we have on this side we can have a lot of things like states and widget trees, and these are a little bit more advanced. And on the other side, like whatever widget you select here in this is your page, by the way, and you can have it in tablet or desktop or mobile, but since we are building a mobile app, we need to stick to the mobile side. So now whenever you select a widget from here, you can change its properties here. You can even give it some actions. So when you click on this one, for example, it will have to perform certain actions. We will take a look at that later. So I think the way you can build this page is just like by dragging things right here, so which I don't actually recommend. We will see why, but I think it's enough. It's a very quick chore. And here on this side, you can actually, when you want to test your app, you can click on this lightning icon, or that when you want just to see your app without testing the logic of the app, you can just click here. All right, so these are a little bit more advanced. We will have a look at that during this video, and of course during the next advanced course that I told you I will share with you. So now let's actually jump into building a to-do list, and yes, let's get into it. Now the first thing we want to start doing is to build a page, but first I want you to know that building a to-do list can be a little bit boring, but it is good. It's a good way to practice to start learning these tools. It's by building a to-do list, but we are going to get, as I told you, in a very advanced projects like social media or anything like that can definitely test your knowledge. So as I told you, now we are going to be building the page, and the way to build a page in this tool is two ways. You can just go here and start dragging and dropping things here. It's like shopping, all right? So you can just drag containers. Right below that, you can drag a button as well, maybe an image as well. You can drag it there. So it's like you are shopping from this side and putting things in here. This is your cart, for example. So I actually have been using this tool for a long time, and I have taught a lot of people how to use it, and I never use this method because it's way, like, it's boring for me. It's not clear, so I don't like to use it personally. So I always like to go to the widget tree. So what is the widget tree? So maybe first thing, let's actually settle on one thing, which is how to use this widget tree. So for most of you, you will have it like this. You will have the widget tree, and you will have the page selector different. So they are separate. So you can select a page here from the page selection, and then you need to go to its widget tree to see the structure. You see now? It's the home page, and this is the structure of the home page. So for like what I want to do is that I want to click here on stack pages and widget tree views. So I want to stack them. So you can just select any page from here and you will instantly see its structure right here. So it's a very productive way. So I like to use this one. You can choose whichever one you like. So now, as I told you, let's actually start building the home page. And let's actually remove everything. Let's just start from scratch. Now what we have is the root or the origin of this page, which is like, this is the page, this is the home page. So what is the first thing we want to add is a column. So you need a column is that it's something that organizes all widgets in a vertical way, and a row, it does the same thing but in a horizontal way. All right, so let's click on a column. Now we have created a column. As you can see here, whatever you select here, it will be green, right? So what you have to do is to click here, and then what we want to do is that we want to have a task card. All right, so it's like a card that shows your task. So it's a container. So the container now is a square. We wanted it to be expanded all the way here in terms of width. And all we have to do is to go to select it, go to its properties. We will see width. So click here to make it infinite. All right. So it comes to the height. We don't know. Sometimes we want to have one line of text. Sometimes we want to have two. So we don't know how much. Like we don't know a fixed amount in the height. So if you want to make it variable, or like, let's actually keep it at 100. So we don't want to get into complex topics yet. So now we have a column. The column has a container. And what we have to do is to actually start adding something inside this. Like we want to have a text, the name of the task, then the date below it. So we want to add a small column right inside the container. This column will be organizing our first task. Text. This is the name of the text, or no, sorry, the name of the task itself. And right below it, we want to have the date. This is the date. So click here, change the name here to task name. So this is a widget, and you might want to give it a name. This is going to be task date. All right, so now they are looking very, very similar to each other. So I will want to make them like separate or different. So I will make the first one 20, and I want to make it bold. This one might be a little bit just a little bit bigger and less bold. So we want to put them on this side. So I want to go to the column that is organizing these two and select this option, so it can take all of its children to the side. So now we have this empty space. What we have to do is we want to go to the container and remove this height. So the container will see which it will automatically adapt to its height. So we will have a look at that in advanced courses. So we'll click on the column. Now the column, we need some padding between the column and the container. So click on the column, click here, and add a padding, like a universal padding on 4 sides. So what you have to do is to click on is to select 10 or 15 or whatever you want, and now you have a nice looking task card. All right, so one more thing you want to do is that you don't want to use a column, because we want to have we want to have a list of tasks. So we want to click here, replace it with what? With a list. See here, it's a list view. All right, so now one more thing we want to do before we end up this chapter is that we want to add here like some title that says hello, and on this side we want to have a plus icon that when you click on, you will be able to add your task. So this means that we want something above this list view. So we want this list view to be below something. So when we say below or above, we are going to be thinking of what? Of a column. So we'll right click here and wrap it into a column. Now the list view is inside a column. So we want to click here on the column. I want to add a row. This row needs to be above the list view. It needs to be here. So I want to drag the list view all the way down, just like that. Now we have a row. All right. So now the row, why I have chosen the row? Because I want to have a text here and a plus icon right here. So click here. We have a text. So let's open this up to see. And then we want to have what? We want to have icon. So it's not icon, it's an icon button because it's clickable. Good. So now they are close to each other. We want to click on the row and go all the way here and click here so they can be separate or taken apart. So now the hello world is very small. So first we want to change what is inside. We want to say hi my friend, for example. And what's next is to make it stand out. We want to make it to 28, for example, and the same as before. I want to make it very bold. And for this one, I want to change this one to plus. So go to plus. All right. So now the thing is that if we want to go, so this column has the row and the list view, and there is no space between them. So we want to select the column. And I want to select this item spacing option. I want to say 15. So when I tap it in 15, I have created some sort of a space. So we can just go to 20. All right. Now we have separated them. And yes, I think now we have made a very good progress. Let's actually move on to design a component that allows us to create a task. After we have actually finished designing this page, it's time to design a new thing called component. So how to get a component and what is a component? So it's a component. The component is something that shows at the bottom. So when you click here, something shows at the bottom that allows you to create a task. All right. So when I click here and you see new page, new component, and new flow. So we'll have a look at that later. So for now, we need to just have a component. So this component will be called create task. All right, so let's click on create blank, create component. So now here we can actually organize them in folder, but it is not the topic of this video. The first thing to add is to have a background. So let's select that and name it background. So it's ugly, but it's a background. So I want to have it here, and as usual, we want to have it to take the maximum width. So we want to make infinite width. And for the height, we want to make it adaptable. So now we have a background, it's tiny, but it's there. So when it comes to the background, we want to click on it. And what we want to do, or what we want to add, is another column. See here? So this column will do what? It will have first a text field where we can enter the name of the text. So click here, and search for text field. Inside the column, click here to add the text field. Below that, we want to have what? We want to have a button, which is right here, and we want to have a second button. All right. This one will be for what? Which will be for task name, and the other button is going to be for picking date, and this one is creating task. All right. Good. So now for the column, as usual, whenever you have a column inside the container, we want to add a padding if you like. So we can have a spacing, and also each column has this option to separate all of its children away. Because we don't want them to be stuck to each other. So then this is a text field, and it does not appear like a text field because there is no outline. So let's select that text field first. We want to have it maximum width. And then what we want to do is that we want to actually, go down all the way to select what we call a border color. All right. So here's the border color, and make it alternate. Maybe we want to make the border a little bit white. Now you see it stands out. So the same goes for the button. We want to make it white, but it has to say pick a date, and this one it has to say something like create task. All right, so now it will be creating the task. So width has to be maximum, but maybe we want to change the color, so we can make it like this. Good. Now we have a small component, and it is very easy to do. So make sure you do it, and we will meet in the next chapter. Now, after we have finished actually doing everything related to design, it's time to jump into the backend. So the backend we are going to be using is called Supabase. So here, you can actually find a link below for Supabase. So once you have actually clicked on the link and created your account, you will want to create a new project just like how you did with FlutterFlow. So the first thing we did was to create our project. Now we will do the same. Maybe you want to give it the same name. It does not matter. For the password, it actually does not matter. So you can just like type in wherever you want, just like some random number. It doesn't matter. It's just a test project. But when you are building your own app, your real app, you need to take that into consideration. So you'll want to click on create new project. So this usually takes some time, but not that much. So it's so briefly, what is a database is, as you can see here, it's a way for us to save some tasks or any data. So you see here, we can save tasks. So this is the first task, the second task, and this is the status of that task. So this is actually what a database is. It's a place to store, as you can see here, store all of our information that we need for our app. We can do a lot of things like this, as you can see here, but we don't want to get into that now. So when we go to the table editor, the first thing we want to do is to create some tables. All right, so we want to have a table for our tasks. So click on create new table, and this is what we are going to be doing. So first thing, give it a name. It's called tasks. You can give it a description, and for now just disable this. We will have a look at that in the more advanced course I will share with you by the end of this video, or that you can find in the description down below. So now for each table, as you can see, we have in Excel, for example. Let's actually open up a spreadsheet so I can better explain things to you. So when you open up a spreadsheet and you want to just have a new spreadsheet, you will see that these are what columns. So you want to have a table for your for example a class. You will see the ID of the kid, the name of the kid, and maybe the age. All right, so maybe the grade. So what are these? These are columns, and in other words, they are informations. All right, so each column represents an information. So for our case, so they have already given us the ID, so each one has an ID, so don't bother yourself. It has to be there. All right, so now we want to click on the first one. So the first column we need is the name of the text. So what is the name? It's a text. So the name of the task is a text. All right, then the other column is going to be the date. All right, the date is going to be, it's not going to be a text, it's going to be a date. As you can see here, it's a date. All right, or we can go with timestamp, because the date and the timestamp, the difference is that the timestamp has the time. It is 1 p.m., 7 p.m., etc. But with date, there is only year, month, day. There is no time here. So I prefer this one. And click on, then you can actually click on save. Now it is creating the table for us. So now it has been created. As you can see here, we have the ID, name, date. So the last thing we want to do is that once we have created our table here, as you can see, we want to go to the settings and want to go to data API. Want to copy the URL here. All right, so go back to your FlutterFlow project, click on settings, and go all the way, and you can see here Supabase. So what we want to do is we want to enable Supabase, because we want to link Supabase to FlutterFlow. So paste that to URL I have just copied, and now go to the anon key, copy it, and paste it right here. Then what you want to do is to click on get new schema or get schema. What happens is that it has shown us the table we have just created. So with these two informations, FlutterFlow was able to access our project, which is this one. So now we see all the information. All right, so let's actually jump into the next part. So now what we are going to be doing is that we want to actually start by creating some tasks. All right, so the first thing is that people will be on this page. So when they click here, this component will show up. So this has to have what? It needs to have an action. So go to its actions, open the FlutterFlow editor, and click on tap, which means that the action we want to happen needs to happen on tap when you click once, not when you click twice, and not when you long press. So the action needs to be when you clicked once. All right, so click on tap and say here, search for show. show bottom sheet or components. So bottom sheets are the same as components. So click on show, click on select components, and you only have one, and that's it. So whenever you click here, this one will show up. All right. So what happens here is that this text field, we will enter the name here, and this little button will do what? It will help us pick a date. So when you click here, it will pick a date. So click here, action. Again on tab, click on add action and search for date picker. You see here, it's date time picker. So you may want to actually, so you can choose the date or date plus the time or only time only. So I like to choose this one because we have chosen timestamp here. Let me remind you of that. So click here, edit the table. You can see it's timestamp, which means date plus time. So I want to have the same here. So date plus time. So what this means is that this button will take a date, and this component, this widget will pick a name. So this one will pick the name, this one will pick the date, and this one will create everything. So now we want to click on create task and click on actions and click here. So the first action, we want to add an action, and I would like to give it a name. That name will be create task. So here, like the action we want to search for is called insert. So it's under Supabase. So because all of actions are under, like they are in a bucket, and you can search for backend database. So let's close this one and search for Supabase, and here it is insert row, which is create a row. So when you want to insert, they would ask you for the table. So we only have one table. We want to create a task, as you can see here. So now they will ask you for the fields. So we have 3 fields or 3 columns. By default, Supabase will take care of the ID, and you need to provide the name and the date or any other information except the ID. So the name, where it will come from, this is the value or the source. So the task you will create, so where is its name? So should it be something like, for example, visit mom, for example? No, it has to be dynamic. It has to come from this. So whatever a user has put here, that has to be turned into a name. So again, click on create task, open the flow editor, and now go to the name. So now we don't want it to be static because it's black. This means it is static. Every task will have this pretty much the same name. All right. So no, but we don't want to do that. We want something else. So want to click here and I want to search for that text field. So where is that text field? It's right here. It's under the widget stage. Click there. You see here, this is the text field. This is where the name has to come from. So click there. Then close it, open the date. Now where's the date? So again, click here. It has to come from where? From the button. All right. This date picked it means this button. All right. So whatever date you have picked, that will be taken. So after we have created a task, what has to be done is that we want to dismiss the component. All right. So click on dismiss. Now you create a task and then you dismiss this component. So now let's actually try to test this one, and let's actually click on the lightning icon, and we should give it some time before it is ready to test. So now this is the test. This is our app, which is working fine. So let's click here. You see that component has shown up. Let's actually type into the text field and say visit mom. Now that this text field has picked the name, which is this one. Now we need to pick a date. We're going to click here. Now we can pick a date. Maybe we want to do that tomorrow. And say, okay, we want to check the date as well as for the time. Okay, now that date has been picked. So let's click here on create task. Now it has been created and we have this message, but where is the task? So let's actually go to our Supabase project, and you see here it has been created and the ID has been taken care of by Supabase. So name is visit mom and this is the time. See, now this works. Let's actually jump to the next part. Now what we have to do is to actually start by trying to show those tasks here. So now we know how to create a task. It's time to show it here. So what you want to do is that you want to click on the list view, go all the way into this backend query. So what's the backend query? It's like a way to take all the informations we have here and show them in the app. So this is simple. So click here, click on add query, and you want to choose Supabase query. Now what is the table we want to show? So we want to show tasks. So click here, tasks. Do you want one or a lot of rows? So we want to have a lot of rows. So yes, and that's it. So we're gonna click on confirm. Now what happened is that this list view, so if the query has returned, for example, this query has brought 10 rows or 10 tasks from Supabase, then this list view will create 10 copies of this. All right. So as you can see here, it has created 3. This is just like ghost task cards or something. But the problem is that this hello world, this is boring. All right. So it doesn't have to stay hello world. This has to be the name of the task. So click here, make it dynamic or variable. So click here and you will see this option. So what is this? This is the backend query. This is the one that we have just added, which means that the tasks, all the tasks we have brought are right here, are just right inside here. So open that up and you will find the name, which is exactly what we want to show here. So select the name. And default variable, you can just like something like visit mom, and that's it. So I'll just have a default variable value. And this one needs to be what? The date. So click here. And again, the date is right inside this backend query we have just made. Select the date. The good thing about the date, you can choose a date format, which is like this one. You can choose Wednesday, May 7, or the other way around. So I like to choose that one. Now we have actually applied the reading. So now we are reading things from Supabase. We are bringing them from Supabase to our app. So let's actually go back to the test and click on instance reload so we can refresh this test. And hopefully we will actually start to see our tasks. You see now that has been applied. Now we have seen the first task. Let's click here and add the second task. Let's say maybe buy a book, and we want to buy it today, for example, and now. So when I create the task, you see now it has been shown here, and you can go keep doing that. And now if you have followed me until now, congratulations, you just built your first app using FlutterFlow. That means you really understand the core of how no-code apps are built. I mean design, logic, structure, all without writing a single line of code. But let's be honest, this was just a taste. If you are serious about building real, usable apps, the kind you can launch, grow, or even sell, then you need to go deeper. And that's why I created a full FlutterFlow course. Inside, we will build a real app. Together, break down logic step by step and show you everything I wish I had known when I just started out. This is not just a course, it's an investment in your knowledge and skills. Because once you have learned how to build apps with FlutterFlow, you can build apps for clients and get paid, make and launch your own mobile apps, and build tools that can make you money while you are sleeping. Opportunities are endless. And here's the thing, I have been teaching no code for almost 2 years now, and I have seen over and over that most people will never take this step. They get stuck watching free content on YouTube, trying to piece things together. And the result of that is that they waste time and energy, they lose momentum, while others are already joined courses, they are learning faster and building something real. That's why this course is designed to give you a shortcut. If you want to join this course, make sure to click on the link below, which will take you to our school community here. So you have to watch the first video because that's how you know how to navigate this community. So once you are done watching that video, make sure to go ahead and click on join group and create your account, or if you already have one, you can just log in. So once you are inside, you can go ahead to the community tab and make sure to introduce yourself, to say hi, and then you say your name, and then here you can just like introduce yourself, tell us why you want to learn FlutterFlow and what you like about it, and so on. So once you are done, make it an intro and then click on post. But your goal is to learn, is to actually get the course, which can be found in the classroom tab. So when you click here, you'll find this is the FlutterFlow course for beginners. This is a complete course. Like now, what you have learned is just like a small and a free training. This is where things get interesting. So make sure you go ahead and join this course. And if you want to unlock this one as well as this one, I highly recommend you first go ahead to the community. You just make posts each day, you share your thoughts and you share what you are building with people, just like what you see here. People are asking questions, are building something. Like also make sure to follow and respect these categories. So if you have a question, you post it under this category, and if you want to share your wins or something that you have done, you can share it under the wins category. And if you just want to chat, make sure to use the chat category, but always make sure to post something useful and something make some effort. Don't just post whatever, just try to make an effort. So and also you can like, comment and talk to people. So the more you do that, the more levels you are going to unlock. Like this person is getting 8 points and he will be able to unlock more and more courses. So just do like he is doing right now. Engage with people every single day, and the more you engage, the more you can unlock. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you inside the community. So make sure you use the link below.